Mr. Lockhart has a note here on one of these tickets. Did you send a note to the court, Mr. Lockhart?
Yes, I did.
Did not accept your offer to contract and do not agree to these proceedings. All right, so what do you want to do?
I'm here under threat, duress, and coercion. I'd like to say for the record, my name is Jamil of the family Lockhart.
Let's get the record established. This is the city of Detroit versus Jamel Amir Lockhart. Appearance for the record, please, counselor. All right, Mr. Lockhart.
No one is representing me on my behalf. I don't know that.
All right, go ahead, Mr. Lockhart.
Yeah, so I am Jamil of the family Lockhart, flesh and blood, living man, and attorney in fact for Jamil Lockhart and Legis Trust. I'm here by threat, duress, and coercion. I'm here making a special appearance, and I'm here to demand that the court prove jurisdiction over me as a live flesh and blood man. As I said, I submitted a challenge to jurisdiction. Jurisdiction must be proven and proven on the record. And then also I submitted freedom of information back a request for your foreign registration statement and anti-bribery statement, as well as that of prosecutor. There is no contract. Every presentment that was made to me was formally rejected and sent back to the court, which is what you have a copy of, by my notary. I do have a live witness notary who can come and testify to that fact. Given that there is no commercial contract, no commercial agreement, I fail to see how the court has jurisdiction. Furthermore, there's been no injured party, and there's been failure to state a claim through a verified affidavit. So if someone can prove to me how this statutory commercial court has some kind of jurisdiction over me as a live flesh and blood human being, I think we could start there.
Well, let's start here. You have a notice is not what you think notice should be. Notice is what is if it's properly effectuated in the courtroom. And I'll certainly give you whatever hearing that you want if you file the proper motions and material to contest that. I'll give you an opportunity to be heard on that. But furthermore, what I'm looking at is I have a proof of service.
There is no proof of service that was rejected and sent back to the court. You have a copy of that.
You're not even listening. You're not even gonna listen. I listen to what you said. Are you gonna listen to me?
I am listening to you. I'm just responding to you.
Right. So why don't you listen before you start making statements?
Oh, you had paused. I thought you were finished. Well, go ahead.
Are you giving me permission to go ahead now, too, right? All right.
I assumed you were done speaking.
All right. Listen, I have an envelope with certified mail. I don't know what I believe the contents have been stated to the envelope. It's got a proof of service effectuated by Nyla Corinne. I have a signed complaint here, signed by Officer Randy Randolph on 11/19/2019.
Is he here today?
We can get him in here. Today is only date and time is set for arraignment. So you're just being arraigned, and what the arraignment purposes of your arraignment, and let's go through the whole thing, is you're here for a expired plate ticket. That is a civil infraction that carries a $145 fine. There's an allegation that you did not have a drove while license not valid or improper. That is a misdemeanor offense, punishable by 93 days at the maximum by 93 days in jail and or $500 in fine. On the same date and time, it was an allegation that you did not provide proper insurance. That is a misdemeanor, as it's written here. and that is punishable by the maximum possible penalty of 93 days in jail and or $500 in fines. There's also a warrant for your arrest for an allegation of an improper, not valid driver's license. What would you like to do, sir?
I am here under threat, duress, and coercion to demand
You're
that
not
this
here under threat, duress, or
through some kind of jurisdiction. And until jurisdiction has been proven, we can go no further. I would also like to ask you: is this proceeding taking place under common law?
This proceeding is taking place in accordance with the courtrooms and the statutory laws of the
Okay,
state of
good.
Michigan.
So I am not a creature of statute. I am not under statutory law. I would demand that this proceeding take place under common law, as I am a live flesh and blood human being, under no authority but that of God.
All right. I'm not going to go back and forth. I'm going to give you another court date. I don't have any
All I need you to do is prove jurisdiction.
You don't tell me what you need me to do, sir. Don't do that. Just let me finish.
With all due respect, the court must prove jurisdiction.
I understand that. We can get this over with quicker rather than later if you let me do my job. I don't. What I was trying to say, you're making your claim and stating your case that the court doesn't have jurisdiction over you. In order for me to properly review that and go, it's got to be done according to the court rules. I need a motion, and I will read it. I will read that motion.
I have submitted a motion to dismiss for lack of subject matter jurisdiction.
I don't have it in front of me, and then I'll give you a motion.
I have a timestamp copy of it if you'd like me to show you.
All right, you got to submit it to the court. Look at the.
It was filed by the clerk just 2 days ago.
Okay,
I have a timestamp copy of it.
Hasn't got to the file. I'm going to give you another pretrial date.
I would like to say I do not consent. The court has to prove jurisdiction. I filed that document a few days ago. Anything short of that is an admission that there is no jurisdiction and we have no further business. We have no contract. Middle of the family law card here.
Okay, you're still. Did you have a question, sir?
None other than just stating that I do not consent to these proceedings and I do not accept any contract.
You already put that on the record.
Okay, good.
You came back in.
I would also like to ask why this Mrs. Rita White had claimed to represent me.
All right, let's go back on the record for Mr. Jamil Lockhart. How old are you, sir?
I am 27.
You're 27 years old, and you go ahead and you ask why Miss White is here to represent you. Well, first and foremost,
why did she claim to represent me, and I have no knowledge?
I'll explain it to you. First and foremost, she's the House Counsel for this evening. So for this afternoon, she represents anybody who wants her representation as far as helping them to navigate and to defend themselves.
I have never expressed that want to her.
Why do you talk over people?
Well, I assume we were having a conversation. I'm sorry. I'll be quiet.
I am trying to have a conversation, but one's got to talk and one's got to listen.
Okay, go ahead.
You asked why Miss White said she represented you. Miss White said she represented you because she didn't know beforehand the position that you were going to take. So she's just merely
quite an assumption.
Her job.
That is quite an assumption. Wouldn't you agree?
Well, by the name that you put up on there, Jamil of the family Lockhart, I wasn't surprised I wasn't surprised the avenue that you were going to take on that. Just by the name.
Recognize your
but she's not going to assume. I don't believe she's going to assume that she's going to treat you any differently than anyone else. And then you said that you didn't want her representation, and she.
Wouldn't you agree that for future reference, it might be better to ascertain that kind of information before she makes that kind of statement to everybody?
No.
You don't think so?
No.
So the assumption is that everyone wants her to speak on their behalf.
Yes, until
Is that not a
until they
rash
say
assumption?
until they say differently, like you did.
Okay. Well, again, this whole time, there's a motion before the court to dismiss for lack of subject matter
Well,
jurisdiction.
there's not a motion
There has
before
been
the court.
what has been filed. I have a timestamp copy of it. I can show you that if you need to see it. But
Okay,
your
well,
clerk
let me explain.
timestamp filed that document.
Let me explain to you. And this is just for your information. You say that you filed it with the court and the clerk down at the window, and I wouldn't disagree with that. But typically, you want to, when you do your filings, that's why you want to have a judge's copy, and you want to specifically have that copy hand delivered to the judge's chamber. So we don't rely on the court clerks downstairs at the windows to make sure that these files get put into the proper place. You're not going to make
Who do you
that
rely on
assumption.
for that?
You're making, and because you don't want to make that assumption that that file is going to get into the correct file. You don't want to make that assumption. Would you agree?
Who do you rely on to make sure that filed documents get to the right place? Into
The person that's filing it, yourself.
So it is not. You're telling me it's not the duty of the clerk to ensure that documents are filed in the case where the judge can view those documents. Well, on my capacity, that document was sent to the court. It was sent to the court by a notary. So I do have a live witness to attest to that fact. It has also been time stamped. That was recorded as well. I have checked all my boxes when it comes to notifying the court. I've also given you a demand for your Freedom of Information Act request for your foreign registration statement and your anti-bribery statement. The idea or the fact that you do not have that is an issue, and it would mean that you are committing a crime against me and holding this statutory proceeding and trying to confuse me as a live flesh and blood man that I am a corporation beholden to the corporation which you represent. And that is my main point here today, is to tell you that I am not under your jurisdiction. I am a live flesh and blood man. You've already stated that this is not a common law proceeding. I am under no law but common law. We have no commercial contract which would enter us into any kind of statutory law.
Okay.
So I fail to see the issue. And there's also no verified complaint with a signed affidavit.
Sir, let me stop you. And I'll let you put that on the record. I'll let you put it on the record already. We've already done those things. So I'm going to end it.
What you're committing here is a fraud against the people.
Okay.
That's what you're participating in.
Okay. Whatever your position
and
is.
Without your foreign registration statement, that's an admission that you are here as a criminal actor.
Okay, sir, I'm gonna end the hearing now.
And I do not consent to any further hearings on this issue or this matter. We have no valid contract. We failed to prove jurisdiction. There is no valid claim.
All right.
I do not consent.
Sir, I've already let you make a record, and I don't want you to mention any more because I'm going to hold you in contempt of court. Okay? So I let you make your record.
You can do whatever you feel like you need to do. I'm here to tell you that I'm not under your jurisdiction.
All right. Have a great day.
Well, guys, we've come to the end of another proceeding, and as we can clearly see, Mr. Lockhart definitely had his sovereign citizen head on. He repeatedly interrupted Judge Perkins. And if you know anything about Judge Perkins, you know he's a very patient man. He'll give you some room at first, but after a while, he's not going to keep playing games. What really stood out here is that this proceeding actually ran over Judge Perkins' allotted time. Yet this young man waited until the very end of the docket just to come back and argue with the judge even more. That tells you how serious he is about his beliefs, his attitude toward the court, and the sovereign citizen lingo he keeps trying to push. And let's be honest, stiff Judge Perkins hadn't abruptly ended that Zoom hearing when Mr. Lockhart came back on the second time. I truly believe we would have seen a contempt of court situation. You could visibly see the judge's patience wearing thin. his temperature rising little by little with every interruption. That being said, if this was just a preview of what's coming in the next 2 appearances, I'm definitely looking forward to seeing how those play out, and I know you guys are too. So with that, we're done for now. Don't forget, tomorrow and the day after, we'll be sharing the rest of these proceedings. I'll have all the links in the video descriptions once they're released so you won't miss a thing. See you guys tomorrow. God bless.